Tatycokley, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. If you hear my voice is kind of raspy, let's see who knows. If you follow me on Instagram, then you should know. My voice is kind of like deeper and raspy right now because I've been coaching at Solid Core, so I'd be yelling on the mic like, come on girls. I'd be yelling. So yeah, the same energy I give y'all on here, best believe I give in class. Okay, so I'd be losing my voice. Then I know it's gonna be like, girl, where have you been? You keep leaving us. I know, but here's the reason. I've had a lot going on. So I coach there now, which I love, literally mind, body, and spirit. I live for it. I rep Solid Core down, and I really wanted to be a part of it and give y'all me in a class. And it's been so fun. I've literally had so much fun, like meeting y'all and enjoying class with y'all and pushing y'all to y'all limits. Okay, it's been amazing. So that's one thing I've been doing. And another thing, I'm also an official Women of YouTube mentor. So I have a group of mentees now that I mentor about their YouTube journey, about themselves. Y'all know how I am. We always end up getting deep somehow. But I mentor them about all those things. So that's been consistent. I also am a confidence coach, if y'all know that. So I have my clients that I talk to and I work with y'all through, you know, mind, body, spirit of what you're going through. And then I also have 1-800 Self-Love Club where we do monthly women's empowerment events. Yeah, right here in LA. Last month was a paint and sip. This month is a heels dance class. So yeah, it's always something. And next month, you gotta follow us and stay tuned. So I got that going on. What else I have going on? I also have something super secret going on with YouTube next month. I will let y'all know. Girl, I got a bunch of stuff going on. It's a lot. Also trying to exist and breathe and be a person and still keep up with y'all. It's been a lot. So don't come for my neck. I'm trying, but I feel more comfortable in my schedule and things now. So I'm trying to make sure I keep y'all in the loop and in the schedule. I want to get back to uploading at least once a week. Hold me to it. Y'all can cuss me out. Okay, for real. But let's just get into this video. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna start with something that I feel like changed my life. Okay, if you're not right in here and in here, and I know I've said it before and it sounds cringy, but I'm genuinely telling you, like, that is where it all starts. When I wasn't right here or in my emotions and my spirit, nothing was going the way that I wanted it to go. And two, even the things that were going the way that like I had once wanted didn't hit the same. You know what I mean? It don't hit the same because you're not able to see it in its entirety. When you're going through your own stuff, when you haven't really cleared out what's in here, it makes it hard to appreciate what's around here. The biggest thing for me was breaking down all of the things that were weighing me down in here and in here. The way that I did that, you might ask. Okay, the way that I did that, I pinpointed what do I feel, and this is what I'm gonna tell you to do. Pinpoint what do you feel mentally is your biggest roadblock, whatever it is. It can be a specific piece of trauma, it could be your anxiety overall, negative thinking, whatever it is that you feel like, yo, mentally, this is the one thing that always holds me back. This is the one thing that comes up almost every day. Identify that one thing. Now we have to figure out, okay, how are we gonna remove this one thing? And that's what I had to do. So for me, right, as someone with anxiety, that was my biggest roadblock. And let me not say that that's something of the past. That's something that I'll always have. But I get better every day because of the things that I do. And that took time. And so it was important to start now so you can get where you want to go sooner. So anyway, what I did, girl, was I realized, okay, my anxiety is in the way. So why do I feel like that? Okay, I feel like that because even when something seems like, oh, this could be exciting, back in my mind is like, or it could not, or it could go bad, or the day-to-day fear that is kind of holding me back from leaping or even taking a step. It keeps me stagnant, looking from here to here. I had this theory that I used to talk about a lot with like anxiety of like, I'm scared to take a step because metaphorically there can be this truck that's coming from either side, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm not doing it and I'm constantly looking left for the truck and now I'm looking right for the truck, but now I gotta check again left and now I gotta check again right, and now I'm not moving at all and I'm just going like this. And everything that I want for my life is here, is forward. But because I'm so scared about what could deter me, I'm stuck looking side to side. When side to side offers me nothing, everything that I want is right here. It might literally be laid out. It might literally be in my sight. I might be so close I could smell it, I could taste it. I see it across the street. But I'm so scared about what could come in the midst of crossing that street that I'm not going to get it. And that's what you might be doing, where it's like all the blessings, all the goals, all the things that you want might be right here. But because you're so afraid to leap you're just watching it. And day by day, it's watching you back like, girl, when you gonna come get us? When you gonna come get me? We waiting on you. And you thinking, oh, why am I not getting the things? Because you keep looking here when it's right here. Run towards it. Go grab your blessing. Go grab the things that you've been asking for. Ask and you shall receive. They're already there. All you have to do is walk towards it and trust that you will be able to maneuver those trucks and those obstacles to get to where you want to go. Because if not, you'll be stagnant watching from across the street forever. You don't want that. I don't want that for you. Go get it. Beyond that, then there's the other side of, okay, you're so scared of taking a step because what if one of these trucks come and then you're harmed? But what if you not taking the step is what harms you? What if you not taking this step allows the truck to derail to where you're standing? What if you not taking this step allows you to live in sadness because all you can do is watch from across the street of everything you ever wanted? What if not taking this step is more harmful than taking it? Have you ever thought about that? And I think I had to really get to that, like, oh, I'm so worried about what could happen. I'm not letting what I want to happen. I'm not even giving that a fighting chance because I'm so scared. What happens if it slips out my hands? But I would love to say it was in my hands at all. And so the point of this is you have to figure out what mentally is blocking you first, because that's probably keeping you from all your goals. Romantically, platonically, financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, in every single area of your life. You may be blocking yourself because something is holding you back. Fear, trauma, whatever it is. You gotta work through it. Something else that I think helped me in changing my mindset to be able to be as abundant as I want to be was realizing that the past and the future are figments of my imagination, right? So whatever I'm worried about in the future hasn't happened, could never happen. Yes, could happen, but it's a figure of my imagination. It doesn't exist. Even the past, it's a figure of my mind's recollections, right? But it's not, I can't grab it, I can't touch it. It doesn't exist. So that doesn't take away from your trauma, because that trauma may exist in your body, in your hips, in your chest, in your stomach. It may be seated in there, and that's where you have to do the work of digging it out, of reframing all the things that have harmed you, reframing the figments and the recollections that you have in the past. How can you make that help you heal? And I've talked about this before. Had I not gone through the things that I've gone through with like my fertility, which I've talked about, had I not gone through that, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't know what I know about womanhood. I wouldn't know that, and I had to really dig through that trauma in order to find healing in that. And sometimes, unfortunately, there's certain trauma where you're gonna struggle to be like, what was the positive? There may not be any, but if you work through it, there may be availability to heal, accept, and grow, and that's it. There is some type of healing in that as well, of it's out of my control. If I can find the picture, I'm gonna put it right here. Oh my gosh, it's out of my control versus, great, ooh, thank God it's out of my control. You see what I'm saying? Switching that perspective for me is what helped me grow, is what helped me open my mind up to so many more opportunities, to not be scared to leap, to do the things that I always wanted to do, to create the things I always wanted to create, to believe in myself. I don't wanna cry, girl, what the heck? Oof. Anyway, to believe in myself. And in order to do that, I had to let go. And that if I could give you any phrase, it would be to let go. When I tell you that has been something that has truly freed me, like I have no other description, but it has freed me. And although it still comes up where I still have anxiety and I still may think about these things, I bring that thought around of let go. It's out of your control. Breathe and get comfortable in that uncomfortable. You know what I mean? It's perspective, because before, when my anxiety would come up, I would feed it and feed it and feed it. I would do whatever it wanted to feed that monster. How can I make this bigger? Can I dig deeper into this hole of what if? Can I dig deeper into the negative outcome? Can I look for something to confirm this negative thought? What can I do? And that was the other end of that. Now the work that I've done when I get that anxious thought is, how can I get out of this hole? I don't want to get deeper, and I don't want to feed you. How can I starve this? How can I get out of this hole? And what I do is I thank my little inner child self, because I know that's where the anxiety is coming from. So I say thank you for trying to protect me. And then I give her all the reasons that she doesn't have to. Give myself all the reasons that I don't have to. I give myself all the reasons that I should let go rather than be fearful. That is the contrast of feeding the issue and starving the issue. For you, that is what I'm telling you to do. Starve that issue. Identify whatever it is mentally that's holding you back and then starve it. Literally drain it. And that way, the other voice, that angel on your shoulder, is the louder voice for you in your head. And that will allow you to see things so much more differently. That will allow you to see so much more opportunity. That will allow you to feel so much more positive. That will allow you to be abundant. You don't have this weight on you. And when you don't have the vision and the perspective of seeing why you aren't abundant, and you switch it to seeing why you are abundant. Okay, so another thing, I guess moving into the spirituality of things, gratitude. I know everyone says it, oh, be grateful, be grateful. When I tell you, it changes your mindset on all the things that you feel like you don't have and all the things that you feel like you hate about yourself or you hate about the world. Every day, let me just tell you what I do. Every day, morning and night, sometimes midday, if I catch 222, whatever's going on, right? I literally stop, drop, and I praise and I give thanks and I give gratitude for every little thing, because nothing is little, okay? For everything I could think of, for my fingers, my toes, my limbs, my tendons. Like, this is literally things I say. My fingers, my toes, my limbs, my tendons, my bones, my joints, my organs for working together, being able-bodied, able-minded. All of these things, for the lamp in my house, for the floor that I'm sitting on, for the table, for the camera in front of me, for the food I was able to nourish myself with today, for the air that I'm breathing in my lungs, for being able to speak right now. Do you see how many things we can go on and on and on. For a phone, for the ability to pay for this phone, for a charger to be able to charge that phone so I can utilize that phone, for the clothes on my back, for the hair on my head, for the like everything. There's so many things. If you were to list that out, I know it would be like, yeah, but I want these. But yes, but you have all of this. And so the more grateful you are for the things that you have, the easier the things that you want come. Because there are things that you have now that you waited so long for. There are things that are on your haves list now that a long time ago was on your wants list. And now you have it. You just have to think hard enough to be like, oh my gosh, I always wanted XYZ. There's so many things always to be grateful for, and I think expressing that gratitude humbles you so much and allows you to be so grateful, which makes you feel so much more abundant. Sometimes in life you think that you want this thing, right? Because it's like, well, if I have this, like, play that out. I want this because if I have this, then I'll feel probably happy, right? Why? Because I'll feel abundant if I have the thing that I want. But if you really look at what you have already, you are abundant. And so that abundance can bring you the happiness without the thing that you don't have right now or that you don't have yet. You know what I mean? So the feeling that you want to feel later, the goal is to feel it now. The goal is to live in that now, to continue to bring that energy towards you throughout your life. So my advice would be on the spirituality end, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Searching for meaning for yourself outside of what you do for others, outside of how others see you. Meaning within yourself, for yourself. Does that make sense? Now, another thing, finances. This one can be a stressful conversation to have, stressful situation to be in. And so I will preface that. And I also will preface that finances are not a forever thing, that they are up, they are down, they are up, they are down, they are in the middle, they coast, and that is what happens. And everybody's in their own position as far as finances, right? So we also have to acknowledge some people's starting lines in this race is very different than others. So we can't, I hate when people try to talk about finances and do this blanket statement of like, we all got the same 24 hours in a day. I hate when people say that. I genuinely feel like that is so harmful to people's circumstances, and I don't enjoy that narrative. So yes, we all have our 24, but some of us have to fill it with other things to keep food on the table. Some of us have different circumstances within those 24. Let's not do the blanket statement of like, oh, why don't I have as much as this person, or this person has so much? Because everybody's circumstance is different. That doesn't make you any less than, that doesn't make you any less worthy of what you desire there. Does that make sense? Let's get that out the way. Now, what I will say is, for me, budgeting, saving, and cutting costs. Those are the three things that helped me save even when I wasn't in the position I am today financially, that helped me get to the position that I am today. Let's get into that. Budgeting, for me, right? The budgeting aspect was looking at all my expenses for the month, everything that I'm spending, cash, card, anything in between, everything that I'm spending, and what are the necessities? What do I know that every single month I have to pay? Rent, or for you, it may be, if you don't have your own place, it might be like a car note, it may be whatever it is. You have your total number there, right? That is the must-have pay. Okay, now I get into my second list of, they're not must-haves, but I enjoy them, so I would like to keep them. So things like my nails. I enjoy getting my nails done. It is beneficial to my mental health. So I had that in that list. You like to go get ice cream on Fridays. That's the thing that you treat yourself with. Put that on this list. That's not on the cut list right now. That's on the, is it must pay? No. But is it something that I enjoy and I deserve? Yes. Be selective though, girl. Like, okay, on this list it's supposed to be like, I enjoy getting, you know, this ice cream on Fridays, or doing my once a month massage, or whatever it is. But it's not supposed to be, I like to go shopping every other day. I like to eat out every single day. I like to get my ice cream twice a day. I like to, some of those can probably get cut out. It's supposed to be like, what are the things that you genuinely look forward to for your mental health that isn't in excess, that isn't in like obsession, you know what I mean? And I make my third list of, now what are the things on this monthly expense sheet that I'm looking at, my bank statement or whatever, that I did not need to do. Extra fast food runs, extra purchases that I didn't even do nothing with, extra. That is where you start to get things cut out. That is your budgeting list. And then for your next month, try your best to cut that last list. Cut it and plan for that. Is it that you need to make sure you go grocery shopping every other Monday, or whatever it is, in order for you to not eat out and waste that money as much as you are? Are you overly shopping? Is it that you need to go through your closet and see what you have and kind of revamp what you already have before you go and buy some more? It's figuring out how to cut those unnecessary costs. And once you do, you'll realize like, oh my gosh, I had so much extra money this month. Even if it was $15, you had $15 more that you could put towards your savings, or you could put towards something else. That's great. So that's where the budgeting comes in. Budgeting aids to the saving, which is another thing that I talked about. In order for you to save, you have to budget. And so it's important to integrate the two by saying, okay, I'm going to even budget in saving. Maybe on my must pay list, I also have 10% goes to my savings. And then through budgeting and saving, you can cut your costs. So all of these things are directly related. And if you want to get to where you want to go, just look at what you're doing. Look at what you've been doing that's working, and look at what you're doing that's not working. I have so many tips and tricks about finances. So if you guys want like a dedicated just finances video, let me know. It can be hard to do those things though, so maybe try to get an accountability partner, like a friend or your mom, somebody, maybe your sister, somebody that can help you stay accountable and stay on this, because it can be hard. And sometimes when it's just you versus you make the excuses of like, I'm gonna buy it, I don't need to save. If somebody's there like, no, we have a goal, we're gonna stick to it. That way later on we can buy it twice. You know what I mean? That way later on we can do ice cream on Fridays and Wednesdays. Because if we focus right now, we can set ourselves up for the life we want to. And that's why it's also really important to not cut out that second list that I told you of things that make you happy within reason, because this process shouldn't be miserable. And I don't like when people pump that like, oh yeah, everything needs to be cut. It's just work. No, you're still a person and you still have to live, and that is the most important thing. And so allow yourself to be treated while also preparing for your future. Does that make sense? But it can be very, very hard to do on your own. So that's where today's sponsor comes in. Today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is the app you need to save more and to manage your money better. This personal finance app allows you to manage subscriptions, lower your bills, make a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. Okay, so me personally, I'm always subscribing to like all these different things, all these different TV subscribers. I have a bunch of subscriptions for things that I don't even use. So something that I personally use it for is to cancel unwanted subscriptions. It's so helpful and it adds up. It saves a lot of money for you because you're probably paying for like at least 5 subscriptions you're not using. 2, I also use it to set budget. So for me, sometimes I just swipe my card and I'm not realizing how much that adds up to. So the app helps me set budget so that I can stay on track every month, and I can challenge myself to be like, hold on, we're not on track. Also, smart savings. It automatically takes a certain amount from me every month to put in my savings account. This way, it forces me to save every month no matter what. If I forget it, it's already doing it for me, and that also makes me stay on track of my budget so that I can save. So if any of this sounds intriguing to you, you can get a free trial to Rocket Money if you use the link in my description. That's rocketmoney.com/Taty to get started for free. So if you need a little bit of help on your finance journey, there's a tool for you to use. Thanks to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back into it. Try to wake up with the thought of, how can I be a better me today than I was yesterday? How can I get a step closer to who I want to be tomorrow than I was yesterday? that will allow you to always make progress and take the pressure off yourself and allow it to be a coasting ride towards who you want to be. It's not a race to get to her. It's a coast to find her. Does that make sense? Okay, y'all, I hope this helped you so much. I hope you feel a little bit better. I hope you got your dose of self-love, and I hope you feel inspired to go after becoming the woman that you want to be. Make sure y'all leave a comment down below so we can have a discussion, and I will see y'all in my next one.